For the third and final time this MLS Next Pro season, Orlando City B take on Carolina Core. A ninth meeting in this budding rivalry. The first two matchups of the season have seen two-goal comebacks from the road team. In March, it was Orlando coming from two down to score a 95th minute winner. In April, it was Carolina pulling 2 goals back to send it to a shootout. What does this June meeting have in store? Jack Edwards here with you in the broadcast booth. Third and final meeting. 9th all-time between these two clubs. Orlando in a good run of form, back-to-back wins, up to 22 points on the season. And we go to the lineup now for Eddie Wilding and company for OCB hosting this one, a 4-2-3-1 shape. No Colin Gusky. He's away now on international duty. One of those two changes. Also in the back line, Sandy Jr. makes way, bringing in Landon Okonski in a pretty typical 4-2-3-1 shape. Pedro Leao scored a brace last match. Harvey Sarajan scored his 5th of the season as well. Those two guys lead the scoring with 5 apiece so far this season for OCB. Isa Haruna holds the right wing spot down while Justin Hilton gets a second straight start in the number 10 position. Had a goal and an assist in that 5-2 win over Chattanooga FC. That was enough to see OCB named Team of the Match Week. After that dominant second half, they had 4 goals unresponded to by Chattanooga to come from behind and win that one 5-2. 9 goals scored in their last 2 games for Orlando City B, coming into this one in very good form. That's the home side. We can look now at Carolina Core in this one, a 4-3-3 for Jake Davis, his second match as interim coach. A 1-1 draw with Red Bull New York 2 at home. Lost the shootout 5-6, but it's the same 11 run out in this one. Antonio Pineda in that left wing position scored his first of the season last time out. Arnaud Tadevin, who has 3 goals since joining the side, leads the line for the group. Nolan Ivers, who is in that back 4, one of those 2 center backs alongside Charles Orbaugh, scored a goal when these teams last played in that 2-goal comeback for Carolina Core. It's his one and only goal of the season so far. David Diaz, who scored the other goal in that April meeting, an spectacular effort. He's off the bench. We'll see if he features for Davis and company later on in the match. That's Carolina Core's lineup. We've seen the 2 lineups for the 2 teams. We've mentioned how close and back and forth this matchup has been so far this season. Orlando were down late on in that match. Harvey Sarajan started the comeback in the 75th minute. He scored in the 75th. Justin Ellis scored in the 80th. And then Caleb Trombino in the 95th scored the winner on the road at Truist Point. It's Carolina's turn to be the spoiler in April. Scored in the 72nd and 75th minute to come from 2 down. That one finished in a draw and sent it to a shootout. We have our first whistle. We're up and running. Carolina Core will attack from right to left here in this first 45 minutes. Orlando City B, those typical all-purple home kits, will be going from right to left. Jack Edwards with you as Carolina mount this early attack. Sumo Jr. plays it for an underlapping run, just running out of space at that end line, and it's out for a goal kick. Tristan Himes, a 9th start of the season as the goalkeeper for Orlando City B, holding down that spot after just 1 appearance in 2025. He stepped into this role with Javier Otero, now the first team backup behind Maxime Crepeau. Himes has gotten a good run out this season. Won by Carolina early on here. Pineda dummies it, lets it run along. Isa Haruna, slight bit of physicality there to win it back. Good challenge by Kaiser. It's a good start in the first 60 seconds for Carolina. Making that organizational change. Donovan Ricketts moving on. Jake Davis, goalkeeping coach, starting the season now as an interim. Getting that point against a really good Red Bull New York side is a good way to start things in that last match, bouncing back from a defeat to Chattanooga, 1-0. Just 9 points so far this season, 1 victory for Carolina Core. Another tough test here. They win it back. It's with Evers in the back line. Gomez trying the press there. It's back to Orbaugh now on the right-hand side. Zagers decides not to play one back towards his goalkeeper. Sumo Jr. a bit of physicality, and it's rolled all the way back to Himes. Press pays off here for Carolina. Just a moment though. Orlando playing with fire. Here's Haruna trying to carry away from danger. Gomez. One of those changes for Orlando with Jacob Ramirez into the midfield for a second start of the season. Colin Gusky, who has bounced between minutes for the first and second team. 3 starts this season for the 19-year-old midfielder Gusky, but now away with U20 duty with the United States. A number of players now for Orlando City B away on international duty. Dylan Judelson, Gustavo Caraballo, as well as the number of first-team players unavailable here in this World Cup break as well. So seeing, as Eddie Wilding describes it, maybe a bit more of a consistent group here in these June and July months. But MLS Next playoffs and international call-ups, of course, throwing a wrench in things as Carolina Core carry forward. Sumo Jr. unable to hold one off there. The referee was holding play up. There was a player down behind the ball for Carolina, and now perhaps a bit of treatment can take place here 4 minutes into the match. Flashback for this. Both players diving in for it. Strong challenge on both ends. And a little slow to get up there between Nelson Martinez, the right back. Martinez will have to come off the field for just a moment. That on-field treatment, so down to 10 for just a little bit here will be Carolina Core. Play restarts with that drop ball for Orlando City B. Amu Mensah. Pass cut off there. Pineda wins it back. Important intervention. It rolls for Haruna. He shifts it along the attack. That one for Hilton, waited for it, but it's intercepted. Clipped along the Orlando defense, brought down by Rambolt, rolls one in, but Himes able to easily get in front of it. Bokanski. Amu Mensah trying to slip a pass forward, doesn't quite come off there. Ignacio Gomez wants a throw for Orlando, won't get one. Kaiser the throw. Amu Mensah trying to clip it for Haruna to get out of the defensive blocks. But a bit of a loose touch from Evers means that it is a throw for OCB. An even start to the game. The press for Carolina Core, posing some difficulties for the Orlando defense here in the first 6 minutes. Chicamso and now Bernardo Rhine. Albert Chicamso also getting a good run with the side. Second straight start for the center back. The center forward dropping deep to get involved in play here. Clips it forward, looking for the right back, Amu Mensah. Almost inverting their positions there. That one's going to be last off of Carolina, so Orlando will gain this throw high up the field. Amu Mensah the throw. bounces past one. They want a handball, they will get one. And now a free kick in a promising spot here for Orlando City B. Just a dangling left hand that got in front of things. Ricardo Montenegro at the scene of the crime. Just watch the left hand here. Leao able to bounce past a couple as he tries to play the pass forward here. It's just that left hand. You can see it take that hop backwards. It means that Bernardo Ryan has free kick service from a wide area and can try and pose some difficulties for the Carolina defense. Laid a beautiful pass for the equalizing goal against Chattanooga from the left wing. Scored the match before that. Bernardo Ryan with the free kick here. Lifts it into the box. This one pushed away. Carolina can clear. Haruna with the loose ball. Back to Ryan. Another free kick here. This one a bit more central. I think Bernardo Ryan feinting the quick free kick there. Thought about it as an option. I think instead we'll have another set piece. Similar position, but this one might be a bit more in shooting range if Orlando feel inclined for that. I think Pedro Leao will make more of a case for himself on this one. Might be a spot where a right-footed free kick might be a bit more favored. Bend the ball towards the goalkeeper, outside of the post and in. Leao is staying over it enough here. Bernardo Ryan also still the left-footed option. Ryan goes for goal. Misses, not too far away, just over the bar. But our first real sight of goal comes from Bernardo Ryan there, the left back with his free kick. Lifts it over the goal here. Nick Holliday probably had it covered. Just couldn't quite get the dip he wanted there for Bernardo Ryan. But the 18-year-old left back, 12th start of the season now. He's featured in all but one of the games so far. Made a first-team debut earlier this year as well for Orlando City. Defensively getting involved there, but it breaks for Carolina. Edge of the box, chance for them, cuts it across, taps it home. Carolina able to open the scoring. And it's Arnaud Tadevin at the right place at the right time. And after facing a bit of pressure themselves, they go up the other end of the pitch and make it Carolina 1, Orlando 0 here 10 minutes in.
Ladies and gentlemen, goal scored by...
Let's watch this one back. It's not the best defensive work here from Orlando City B. Good work to shift it along. And it's really good by Tadevin. There may have been a question there if he had gone past Himes, but he held his run to keep himself in an onside position. And with that low pass across frame from looked to be Antonio Pineda, right to his feet. It's exactly the response Carolina would have wanted. Pineda scored the equalizer last match in the 29th minute. Only one goal apiece for the two teams in that 1-1 draw against Red Bull New York. This time round, they take the lead here on the road in Kissimmee, Florida. Pass looking for Haruna will run out of play. Konski gets to that one over Tadevin. Montenegro in the midfield, a bit of space to carry into, and can shift it wide for Martinez. Here's Nelson Martinez. Returns to him at the end line, trying to play that cross. Himes gets low. The cross took a deflection and put it a bit more in the direction of Tristan Himes. Got hands to it. It bounces out for the match's first corner here on the far side of the field. Rambolt will take this one. A goal and 4 assists this season for the 25-year-old midfielder. Ramboltz in swinger, whips it in. Chicamso got ahead to it, bounces in the box. An important clearance there. Sumo Jr. was lurking. Himes began to come off his line to try and get in front of it. A hooked clearance comes out for a throw near side of the field. The cross in here takes a kind deflection. Tadevin trying to turn and fire, his shot blocked away. Carolina making some real headway in the final third here. Floated forward and easy for Tristan Himes here. Good momentum right now for the visiting side. The Core really with a lot of momentum here. Here's Bernardo Rhine. Rolls it forward. Sarajan, now Hilton. You can see that darting run from Gomez. Opts against it. Some good work on that left-hand side. Springs Hilton forward. Hilton can roll it back to Ramirez. Good bit of link-up play to get a bit of space on the left-hand side, but numbers behind the ball now for Carolina. And Issa Haruna shifts it to the side for Ignacio Gomez. Amu Mensah. Arnaud Tadevin's been such a revelation for this Carolina side since joining. 4 goals now this season in 9 appearances. Got to a quick start to life, scoring on his debut. Kind of getting him up to match fitness, kind of through game minutes. He's turned into a very productive goal scorer now. Antonio Pineda as well. Back-to-back matches with a goal contribution on the left wing. Will leave this throw in for Jair Kaiser. Rolled back now in the box to the side. Good work to slip Pineda into the 18, but just couldn't quite pick out another option. The attack died there. Sarajan carries it the other way, using his speed. Held up a little here. That touch is last off the Core, and it's going to be out for an Orlando corner kick. Really good work by Harvey Sarajan in transition to carry it up the field. What can Orlando try and generate from this? It's going to be Jacob Ramirez who makes his way over. 5th appearance of the season for Ramirez. It'll be in-swinging service on this first corner kick opportunity. They had the free kick chances a moment ago. Ramirez in swinger, pushed away, but it bounces point blank. Great save by Nick Holiday. Gets a left hand to it. Landon Okonski got ahead to it to nod it on frame. And Holiday, quick reflex stop. It's blocked out of play for an Orlando throw-in. Exceptional from Nick Holiday, the 20-year-old goalkeeper on loan from Charlotte FC in Major League Soccer. That's exactly what he has up his sleeve. Well, you have to face another shot here as Sarajan drives to the end line, tries to cut it back centrally. It's blocked out of play. Another corner comes for Orlando. They'll try and have a similar result to their last one. Let's see this one again from Nick Holiday. It's a good reaction from Okonski to nod it towards goal, and Leao was on the doorstep as well to try and get something to it. But Holiday seeing it and getting that left paw to it. Good stop by Holiday. Floated to the back post. Okonski nods it centrally. And Anthony Sumo Jr., the forward, dropping back defensively to get ahead to it. And Orlando now their turn to mount some pressure. Bernardo Ryan will make his way to this near side. Another in-swinging corner. Ryan's been on free kick duty on these previous set pieces. His first corner. Pushed back towards Ryan. It'll be out for a throw. This portion of the match is brought to you by Orlando Health. Choose well. 18th minute. Carolina Core on top with a goal from Arnaud Tadevin. It was a great opportunity. Well worked in transition, won the ball high up the field. Pineda rolls a pass along, and it gets, in the end, to Tadevin for a high percentage look. Obviously, Carolina deserving their lead at this point in the match. They faced a bit of pressure from Orlando. Big save by Nick Holliday to keep it with that Carolina lead. Rambolt trying to work it to Tadevin. Couldn't get past Okonski. Amu Mensah clips forward. Leao holding the ball up. Here's Hilton. Pass goes behind Ryan here. Maybe the counter opportunity is gone for Orlando. A chance for more settled possession. Okonski. Ramirez dropping between the center backs to help in the build-up. Floated onto the right wing. Haruna chasing it. It's pushed out of play. No nonsense by Kaiser. Sarajan on the left wing. Ramirez back to Chicamso. Ramirez trying to zip a pass to Okonski. Tadevin got a piece to it. Orlando a bit fortunate that it rolls back in their direction. A more passive press right now for Carolina than we saw maybe in the first 10 minutes. Sarajan going up against Sumo Jr. Trying to float across in. He wants a handball. Don't think he's going to get one there. It came at the defender very quickly. Tadevin push in the back, and it's a free kick for Orlando City B. So Bernardo Ryan has this free kick, and numbers will make their way forward. Chicamso and Okonski, the center backs, will offer some bigger bodies to aim for Bernardo Ryan as Orlando look for a route back into the game. Ryan rolls it short. Hilton. Go to Ryan. It's cut off there. Haruna is there to track back. Orlando trying the short routine, not able to put service into the box. Ramirez will patiently allow his center backs to get back in place. Amu Mensah. Haruna. Gomez. Trying to hold off Sumo Jr. Shows good strength and is bumped over. A free kick. Thomas Rambo maybe a bit frustrated there that there was an advantage to be played for Carolina. They have a free kick right at halfway. Searching cross, pushed away by Amu Mensah. Leao trying to get Orlando now in transition. Here's Gomez. Return pass to Leao is on, shifted to the right wing. Here's Pedro Leao. Haruna, pocket of space. Rolls it to the side for Gomez, trying to dance between a few. Wide for Amu Mensah. Okonski. Switch of play aimed for here. Amu Mensah uses a bit of physicality to hold off his opponent. Too much, says the referee. It's a foul against the Orlando fullback. This portion of the match is brought to you by Inter & Co., your next financial super app and official financial institution of Orlando City. This match here at Osceola Heritage Park in Kissimmee, Florida. It is 6-7 night. That is the theme here at Osceola Heritage Park, June 7th. Tickets on sale for $6.07 in the week leading up to this one. 30 minutes of the season between these two clubs. Ramirez leaves it for Ryan. I should note, it's been some good matchups between these teams so far this season. Substitutions have played big impacts with players coming off the bench to alter the scoreline. Comebacks for the road team in this instance. Carolina have bucked that trend and they lead with that goal from Arnaud Tadevin. Orlando trying to climb back up the Eastern Conference. They're in 7th place right now entering this match, but level with several sides who'd climb up to be joint level up in 3rd place in the East. Contrast that with Carolina Core, second bottom, 15th place, just 9 points, just 1 win this season. They've had that cutting edge in the final third that Orlando have lacked so far here in the first 25.5 minutes. Okonski trying to clip one over the top. No runners able to chase after that one. Easily back for Nick Holiday. Holiday, 20 years of age, but has a number of years of experience at the pro level. Spent the last 2 years with Crown Legacy. Made just 9 total appearances for the second team of Charlotte FC. It's where he's on loan from. Before that, he was with North Carolina FC. 2021 to 2023, made 27 appearances. Incredibly young when he burst onto the scene. Been enjoying the start to his professional career in the Carolinas. A good long stretch as the #1 here for Carolina Core. Made a good save so far. Roll the pass forward, it's cut off. A push in the back by Ramirez. Bit of frustration perhaps for the midfielder there. Floated pass over the top. Chicamso clips it along, looking for Amu Mensah. He was the open option. The pass just floats a little high, out of play. Guys are told to retake the throw. Trying to roll the pass out wide. It's off target. Nearing the half-hour mark. Match losing a bit of the rhythm that it had in the first 15-20 minutes. As Gomez returns it to Okonski. Blocked by Anthony Sumo Jr. on the right wing. See Carolina shifting a bit in their pressing formation here. Pineda to get very high up the field, more of a 4-2-3-1 shape it looks like, with Tadevin beneath Pineda, at least on the defensive side of things. Rambolt shifting up a line from the midfield in their 4-3-3. Ryan launches the ball upfield. Evers does the same. Okonski for Haruna. Clever first touch. Amu Mensah able to keep it in play. Amu Mensah. Here's Okonski. Chicamso. Ryan with options in front of him. Sarajan emerges with it here. Leao returns it. Sarajan holds off one challenge. Still with Harvey Sarajan. Rolls it along for Issa Haruna. Edge of the box. Big time block. They want a handball. Waved away. Nothing there for Orlando City B. Bursting into life for a moment there. Gomez drops a shoulder. Leao trying to return it to him. Squirms for Ramirez. But Orlando clicking in a way we haven't really seen so far in this match. Leao's shot was blocked. Haruna, though, picked up a dangerous position. He drives centrally now. Changes the point of attack to Bernardo Rhine. Back to Haruna. His touch there hopped up a bit loose. Rambolt out wide. Loose touch there. Haruna profits. Trying to hold off a few. He was fouled. Referee was playing advantage to see if Haruna could dance his way away from it. In the end, was brought down for Orlando City B. Free kick. This portion of the match is brought to you by Walt Disney World, the most magical place on earth. Here's Amu Mensah. Gomez. Ryan up to Sirajin. Amu Mensah has popped up on the left wing, the right back shifting positions. Here's Chicamso. Okonski. Sirajin rolls it forward for Bernardo Ryan, who's bombing up the field. Cuts one in, looking for Hilton. Hops up here, the spin a little kinder for Carolina. Trying to get it out of the box. Sirajin intercepts. Amu Mensah. Haruna. Wide for Leao. Pedro Leao cuts it back. Haruna. Amu Mensah. Wide for Leao. Looking to put a cross in. It bounces out of play. It's a corner now for OCB. Bernardo Ryan over this one again. I like that in-swinging option. They'll go short this time round. Amu Mensah rolls it one further. Here's Issa Haruna. Strikes, took a slight deflection. Carolina trying to break, but unable to. Haruna can sweep things up. Here's Hilton. Darts past one. Issa Haruna. Wide for Bernardo Ryan. Still on the right wing from where he took the corner. Sirajin. Looking for Gomez. Ramirez picks up the loose ball. Back for Sirajin. Zips one in, looking for Ryan, can't quite get to him. Holiday puts a foot to it, stops it from going out for a goal kick. Minutes till we hit first half stoppage time. Might have a moment or two of it. Orbaugh. The next goal in this match, so important. If Carolina can hold out for a 1-0 scrappy win on the road, that could be season altering. But with the recent form of these teams, you'd be surprised if it finished with just the one goal between them, especially with their recent history in these head-to-head meetings. Lifted into the box by Sumo Jr. Pushed away, and now Hilton has it. Amu Mensah. Darting in there was Tim Zagers. Couldn't quite get a foot to it. Hilton. Now Haruna. Issa Haruna. It's been lively so far. Rolled wide by Leao. Has Sirajin. Sirajin has options. Poked away from his feet. You could see Pedro Leao. He wanted that return pass to him. He picked up a dangerous pocket of space. It's out of play for a throw for Orlando. There's a player down off the ball that's going to stop this before the throw can be taken. Flashback to a moment ago. That was just a really good tackle. Orbaugh able to step across on Harvey Sirajin. Pedro Leao had picked up a really dangerous pocket of space, and if Orlando were able to capitalize, could have been the equalizing goal. But with 8 minutes to go till we hit halftime. A pause in this one here, a chance for one of those pre-halftime chats just to get things sorted there. You can see down on the field is Jair Kaiser. He's been a mainstay at left back so far this season. 11 starts for the 21-year-old. Coming in from Independiente Juniors, where he had made 23 appearances, bagging 3 goals and 2 assists. Just needs a bit of attention here. Nearing the end of our first half, we can flash back and see the goal we've had so far. It was from a goal kick. Just a long ball upfield by Nick Holliday. Orlando not dealing with it in the best way. Antonio Pineda able to just roll it across. It was a beautiful pass in the end. Arnaud Tadevin just lingering in the perfect spot. Able to tap it in for his 4th of the season. Play back up and running. We'll see if the Core have to make a late first half substitution or if they can try and see things out till halftime. Bernardo Ryan out wide for Sarajan. Ryan, drop of the shoulder into the box. Rolls it back. Harvey Sarajan. Ramirez, 5 goals, 5 assists this season for Harvey Sarajan. It's been a very productive start to 2026. Near side now, Amu Mensah. Orlando ramping up the pressure here. Ignacio Gomez. Haruna. Ryan gets it out of his feet, fires it on frame, hits the crossbar, and Holliday able to sweep it up. He made a save. Flag is up for offside, I believe. It was a potential tap in there, but just getting under it a bit. We'll watch it again here as Bernardo Ryan struck it towards goal, took a deflection. Good reaction by Nick Holliday, who's putting on a bit of a clinic here in this first half. Adjusted well, and it would not have counted if Ignacio Gomez had hit the target, hit the crossbar as it was. But that the closest Orlando have come to scoring. Bernardo Ryan just trying something himself. Scored an exceptional goal against Inter Miami too. Picked up an exceptional assist last time out against Chattanooga. Drew a really good save off the deflection from Nick Holliday. Chicamso back to Himes. No nonsense. He goes long up the field. The cross breaks here. Pineda out of his feet fires it in. Back-to-back games with a goal for Antonio Pineda. An assist on the first, scores the second. And just before halftime, Carolina double their edge. How important a goal could that be? It's Orlando 0, Carolina 2. Just holds his position between the lines onto that preferred right foot. And a low finish gets past Tristan Himes. Nine appearances in 2025 for Antonio Pineda. Picked up 2 assists in MLS Next Pro for joining from the Richmond Kickers of the USL League One. But this, by far, the best stint so far of his professional career. High Point in West Virginia, the collegiate level, but now back-to-back games with a goal. An assist as well in this one. And we mentioned it, that next goal, whoever scored it would be crucial. And all of a sudden, if it holds like this till halftime, Carolina Core will feel very good about their position, but could they add to it? Numbers circling in the attack. Rambolt's past one, trying to poke it along to another, but no one there in support. Hilton on it. Rolls one, looking to go over the top for Siraj, and it's cut off. Amu-Mensah. Here's Haruna. Gomez. Issa Haruna. Himes. Looking to go direct route one with this one over the top. Amu-Mensah to chase. No touch on it by Carolina. They see it out for a throw by their own corner flag. We enter into 3 minutes of additional time at the end of the first 45. Okonski goes back to Himes.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
Pair of goals, injury pause or two, lead to us having a 3-minute additional time block here at the end of the first half. Here's Haruna. Rolls it along. All of a sudden, it's a bit of a stretched Carolina defense. Harvey Sirajan carrying into the box. Sirajan for Gomez. Returns it to Sirajan. Down in the box is Issa Haruna holding his face. Play continues here for Orlando. Floated wide for Bernardo Rhine. Hilton out of his feet, looking to strike towards goal. Takes a deflection. Spins into the hands of Nick Holiday, and now I think the referee will pause things for the treatment with Issa Haruna, but there might be a discussion here with the referee. So Issa Haruna went down holding his face. Now the referee chatting with the assistant. It was off the ball that Issa Haruna went down, and now it's a discussion about what they saw here. It's a red card. A game-altering moment here. Hayer Kaiser is sent off. Haruna brought down. And we believe a penalty. The result of this, how influential could this be on the landscape of this match. Issa Haruna at the center of it. Jair Kaiser, I think, in discussions with the assistant. Frustration on a Carolina core front here. So Jair Kaiser sent off for an off-ball altercation with Issa Haruna. Let's try and see this one back. Watch 38 and Kaiser puts that right hand up, catches Haruna. Hard to see. That right hand that Kaiser brought up was spotted by the assistant on the near side of the field, talked to the referee, said they saw what they deemed to be violent conduct. Nolan Evers protesting to the last possible moment here. But it's a penalty now for Pedro Leao and Orlando City B. Carolina Core down to 10 men. And if they're to see this out for a victory, you have to imagine Nick Holiday might have to come up big to keep their 2-goal edge entering halftime. Leao scored from the spot for the 5th goal of his season and on the day last Sunday against Chattanooga. It was into this end here at Osceola Heritage Park. The red changes the landscape of this match. The next kick of the ball could as well. Leao to have the deficit, knocks it in. Orlando down by just 1. A red card for violent conduct by Jair Kaiser. And Orlando take full advantage. They'll be up a man, still down a goal, but they've pulled one back before halftime. Lifted penalty there by Leao, gets it past Holiday. Might have another moment or two. We'll see how much is added on top of the additional. Sixth goal of 2026 for Pedro Leao.
Ladies and gentlemen, your OCB goal scored by number 9.
Intercepted by Bernardo Rhine. Pulled down from behind there. That's going to be a foul and a yellow card here by Tim Zagers. This is such an important point in the game for Carolina. Get into halftime with the lead. Also, don't lose your composure. Zagers just opting for the cynical foul to end the counter-attacking moments. It was an obvious one there, just pulling down his opponent from behind. And now Bernardo Rhine stands over a free kick from a wide position. Also a yellow card coming here for looks to be Jake Davis, the interim coach for Carolina Core.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued to Carolina Core FC head coach Donovan Ricketts.
So Bernardo Rhine stands over this. We're in now to the 7th minute of additional time. A red card, a penalty, and now a free kick here. Could Orlando come all the way back before halftime? Rhine searching, free kick, bounces up and over the goal. They want the corner kick, they won't get it. It's out for a goal kick here. How quickly things can change in this sport. Carolina Core still on top as we enter into halftime. But a red card on Jair Kaiser for violent conduct that gives a penalty to Orlando. Cuts the deficit in half and means the rest of the match will be down a man. A pair of goals to start things off. Carolina Core were in a commanding position. Arnaud Tadevin and Antonio Pineda on the scoreboard, but Leao pulls one back from the penalty spot. Our score at the half, it's Orlando 1, Carolina 2. Coming up in our halftime show, we go coast to coast to profile a pair of players, plus highlights on our upcoming schedule coming up after this timeout.
They say the world's game is played everywhere. This is how we play it here. Every weekend across North America. From Vancouver's mountain rain to the shores of Florida. From the city of angels to the heartland. The world's brightest stars light up our fields.
Let's go.
And our fans bring the world to life. In every language, in every city. One game, one roar. Sold out nights under lights. New soccer citadels rising from coast to coast. Every chant, every goal, another brick in a growing relief. Now, the world's biggest stage comes to our home. And when they arrive, they'll find the game's heartbeat has been here all along.
Welcome back to Kissimmee, Florida. Orlando City B down by a goal after a late penalty pulls them back into the game. We've seen them on the field here today. Let's head to the Tar Heel State and meet one of the cogs in the Carolina Core Club, Anthony Sumo. And later, we'll go back to earlier this season when we met LAFC midfielder Brian Moyato.
I just love to score goals. I just love to make the fans happy. I just love to see other people smile.
Sumo Jr. slaloming through, and that's just staggering from Carolina Core. Sumo Jr. trying to head it along. Sumo Jr. tucks it in, and it's headed down and past Juan Rojas. Anthony Sumo Jr., the breakthrough.
Growing up in Liberia, I grew up just watching people play at a high level. Like my dad played for the Liberian national team. All his brothers, they all play for the Liberian national team. All my uncles, everybody that I grew up around, George Weah, they all play at a very, very high level, and my eyes was open to it at such a young age. And just talking about it makes me passionate because football was the only thing they had, and it helped change their life, and it helped change my life. So they all just helped push me.
Growing up around the game gave Anthony an early love for it. But there was one person he always aspired to be like.
When you're very young, you just play for fun. You just have fun. Every time you see a ball, it's like it releases all your troubles, all your problems, and you're just playing and just enjoying yourself and having fun. So I never really pay attention to being a professional soccer player, but I knew I always wanted to be like my dad. And I always wanted to be like him personality-wise, and how he raised me, how he grew up, the amount of integrity he had, and how he respected other people. And those are the things that I wanted to be like first before I even thought about being anything else.
When Anthony moved to the United States with his mom and sisters, life changed quickly.
Migrating from Liberia to the United States, me and my mom and two little sisters, it was very interesting at first because we never really thought about moving to a different country and changing our life, leaving our families behind and just leaving a lot of things. So just migrating over here and coming to the US, we faced a lot of adversity, and my mom, she had to go through the mud to work every day, 2 or 3 jobs just for us to have the opportunity that we have today. I give thanks and glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because without him, I wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in today, because I think he gave me the strength and the courage to keep driving, to keep striving every day, because life is not as easy as you think it is.
No matter where he was, the game always felt the same to Anthony. It was the place where he felt most like himself.
My dad always tells me that. He always tells me you was born to be a professional football player, or you was born to be a football player. No matter where you play at, football is still the same. Whether you play in mud, you play on sand, it's still the same. It never changed. So for me, whenever I step into any environment, whenever I step into anywhere, I just pray to God for him to shine his light through me so I can be able to do what I love.
We're done to get it through, and a quick counter for Sumo. Gets a shot and scores! Sumo strikes back for Carolina!
Carolina Core gave Anthony an opportunity. That trust is something he carries with him every time he plays.
Carolina has changed my life, and they were the first club to give me the opportunity to achieve my dreams, and I'm just grateful and thankful. That's why every time I step onto the field, I want to give everything that I can for this club and for the fans and everybody else.
My name is Brian Mollado. I play for LAFC 2 and my position is center defensive mid.
For Brian Mollado, wearing the black and gold has been more than a dream. Growing up in Los Angeles, Brian found more than just a club. He found a home.
It means a lot. Growing up here in LA, this is a club that gave me a lot of opportunities, which I'm really grateful for. Not only me, but my family. We're really grateful for this club, and it means a lot to me. You know, just wearing this badge every day, coming into the facilities every day, it just gives you that energy to work hard and just keep on progressing every day.
From the academy to the professional stage, Brian has grown with LAFC, on the field and off of it.
This club changes you a lot. It matures you at a young age for sure. I had a big injury 2 years ago, so I feel like that injury for sure made me more mature outside of the field. And also just the staff here for sure they push you outside of the field to be your better self.
That growth soon turned into recognition. Brian was named to the inaugural MLS Next All-Star Game in 2022.
You play with all the best from MLS Next, so it was a fun game. I had a lot of fun. It just gives you that encouragement to keep on pushing, and you know, I told myself, you're doing great, but the job is not done, so just keep on pushing.
And in 2023, Mollado achieved a milestone that meant everything, his professional debut.
It meant a lot, not only for me, but for my family. We were very grateful for that opportunity that LAFC gave me, and that only meant one step closer, which was getting to the first team level. So it just motivates you to keep on working. It was a big accomplishment.
As a player, Brian prides himself on keeping things simple, dictating tempo, and doing the work that often goes unnoticed.
The way I would describe my game is, it's pretty simple. I keep it simple. I don't like to be too flashy. You know, 1-2 touches. I give some, tempo to the game. If we gotta play quick, then we'll play quick. If we gotta keep it calm, then we'll play calm.
What I like about Brian is that he's someone that has dealt with adversity. He's been through the injury process and has worked himself back to really good rhythm. He has a vision and really links us up in the midfield position to progress the ball in our possession progression. He's a hard worker and very good professional.
Moyado's journey has also included the honor of representing the U.S. on the international stage.
It was amazing, man. Those are good memories, memories that you never, take for granted. It was great opportunities. It gives you exposure not only from here from LA, but from all over the world, and it meant a lot for me. Just putting that badge on for the first time, it just gives you that energy to represent your country at the top level and give it your all every game. I feel like just the intensity of these training camps is just so high. Everything is just so intense that you're always at your 100%. Bringing that into this environment back not only helps me, but also helps my teammates.
Through it all, Brian remains grounded, humble, hardworking, and focused on enjoying every step.
Halftime between Orlando City B and Carolina Core FC. A back and forth first 45 minutes here on this Sunday in MLS Next Pro. It's been a good match so far. Big change in the contest, of course, with that late red card for Jair Kaiser. Our latest scores across MLS Next Pro. Busy day yesterday. 4 matches. Atlanta, Chattanooga, and Ventura County, all with pretty confident home victories. Colorado Rapids, too, as well. Able to get a 1-1 draw at home against St. Louis City, 2. Roadside in that instance, picking up the shootout victory. It was a busy Friday as well. 1-0 for Crown Legacy, 2-1 for Toronto. And on the road, Timbers 2 get it done in Vancouver on the road against Whitecaps FC 2. Upcoming, we have a pair of games tomorrow. Columbus Crew 2 and CT United. And Minnesota and Sporting Kansas City 2 as well. And then a midweek encounter between Vancouver and North Texas SC. Late one on the East Coast, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. All games, of course, available MLSNextPro.com and One Football. Well, it's been a first half that has seen chances for both teams. 3 total goals. Carolina controlling things in the early moments of this match and able to take a 2-1 lead. See the goals they've scored so far in this one. A long goal kick, able to drive it forward. Antonio Pineda able to just cut a great pass across. Great vision to slide it for Arnaud Tadevin, who was able to make it a 2-1 game. Shot from distance here by Bernardo Ryan. Took a deflection. It was saved by Nick Holiday. The rebound was offside, but it hit the crossbar nonetheless. Then Antonio Pineda, who was the provider of the first, buries the second. Great finish from the left winger, just picking up a dangerous pocket of space and getting there here. Watch on the right side of your screen. Just that raised hand from Jair Kaiser. Catches Issa Haruna. Wasn't noticed initially in the run of play, but the assistant spots it. Red card given for Kaiser, penalty for Leao, and the match flips on its head. It's a 2-1 lead for Carolina, but down a player and up by just a goal. As we enter our final break before we hit our second half, it's Orlando 1, Carolina Core 2.
Yeah, boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette.
fun season of MLS Next Pro.
Back up and running for our second half of play between Orlando City B and Carolina Core FC. Jack Edwards here with you in the broadcast booth. A late goal for Orlando City in that first half just gets them that much closer to pulling off this comeback against Carolina Core, who are down a player, of course. Jair Kaiser sent off. We'll see what tweaks are made by this Carolina Core group. Losing their left back means they'll have to make some small tweaks. Ramirez, a searching switch of play, looking for Issa Haruna. Thanks for layout here. It's pumped upfield. Ryan able to scoop up the loose ball. Slipped out wide to the right wing. Fired across centrally. Holiday got something to it. Lifted upfield. Gomez trying to retrieve, unable to get to it. Change at halftime. Anthony Sumo Jr. making way. Those swaps that you have to make when you go down a player. Floated over the top, looking for Hilton. It's too strong. We'll run out of play. It's a goal kick now for Carolina Core. Colon is the player who came on at halftime. A defensive tweak, so it's Colon who will fill in at left back now. Holiday will restart play. Back to Ramirez, who can go back to Himes. Jake Davis' second match as interim coach of this Carolina Core group. Tadavin rolls it back. Here's Colon, some of his first touches since coming onto the field. Good drop of the shoulder here. Carolina looking to cause some threat here. Again, down a player, they'll have to pick and choose their moments. They drive up the pitch. They have it on the right wing now. Pocket of space, strikes one towards goal, off target. So again, second match for Jake Davis, the goalkeeper coach and analyst for this Carolina Core group at the beginning of the season. Yes, they led at halftime, but it is certainly one of those moments at the end of that first half that tears up the notes that he had planned for his halftime team talk. Same probably could be said for Eddie Wilding, knowing that all of a sudden they'll face a different task with this Carolina side down a player. Floated forward looking for Siraj and got a touch to it. Here's Hilton now, drives to the end line. Did he run out of space? Yes, he did. It's out for a goal kick here. But Davis, I wonder what the focus is right now for Carolina. You can't press the way you did. Your shape changes, of course, going down a player. Chicamso brings down the goal kick forward. Here's Haruna on the right wing. We'll have Amu Mensah on the overlap. Konski will use him and shift it to that right-hand side. Bernardo Ryan. Wide for Sarajan. Sarajan to the end line, stands across up, looking for the back post. Amu Mensah got across Rambolt. Tried to make sure he didn't bring him down in a dangerous spot. Ramirez. Leao can roll one back. Here he was brought down from behind by Orbal, and it's a free kick for Orlando City B. From range, but maybe in shooting distance. We'll see what they opt to do with this set piece chance. Pedro Leao is standing over this one with some confidence. So Leao and Bernardo Ryan stand over this one. Leao strikes the free kick, saved by Holiday. You always expect the goalkeeper to be able to deal with that one. Would take something spectacular on a free kick from that kind of range. Holiday launches one upfield, and that was not far away from being an exceptional outlet pass for Ricardo Montenegro. Floated to this near side. Harvey Sarajan has been involved in this one so far. Floats across in. Cologne gets ahead to it. Gomez brings it down. Hilton now edge of the box. Dances past one. Gorbaugh clears it away. Confident bit of defensive work there to just boot it upfield. Haruna. On the underlap, Amu Mensah trying to stay with it here. Driven forward for Tadevin. He's up against two defensively, but he has another option steaming forward. Just couldn't get into Antonio Pineda, who was joining him in the attack. That's what Carolina will have to do in this second half. They'll have to take advantage of situations where Orlando commit numbers forward, get maybe 1, 2, 3 players up the field. They can't commit themselves too far. Becomes a cliche when you say it too much, but when it was 1-0, the next goal was incredibly crucial. Carolina scored that one. Right now, the next moments in this game are massive as Ryan slides it wide for Sarajan. Goes back for Hilton. Gets it to Leao, who can turn and face up towards goal. It breaks for Amu Mensah. Booted upfield. Tadevin trying to just chase one here. And Tadevin has it. Up against two defensively. Tadevin, he just ran out of steam. Chicamso in front of him. Rolled to the side. It's a good challenge by Orlando. Here is the risk that you run for Carolina. Commit numbers get a bit stretched, but they've got numbers back behind the ball. Orlando trying to get up the field quickly. Here's Haruna, wide for Amu Mensah. Gomez. Ryan was caught flat-footed, but Leao will be able to retrieve. Pass didn't have too much mustard on it. Leao clips a ball to the back post. Sarajan climbs up, got ahead to it, but in the end, leaping up too high, goes over the back of his opponent. It's a free kick for Carolina Core. 2 changes now for Carolina Core. They made one at halftime due to that red card. Maybe just get some fresh legs on the field. Corey Lundeen and David Diaz will be coming into the game. Well, they'll hold those subs for a moment because they had a player go down. They want to make sure they're good to still use those as required. Now allowed to come in. Thomas Rambolt and Tim Zagers will be the players who make way here.
Substitution for Carolina Core FC in the 56th minute. Leaving the game is number 20, Thomas Rimo. He's replaced by number 58, David Diaz.
So Lundeen and David Diaz will both be coming into the match. David Diaz scored the first of 2 in the comeback effort in the April meeting between these sides. Carolina were down by 2 goals. David Diaz scored in the 72nd minute. Nolan Evers followed up just moments later in the 75th minute. It's the lone goal that Diaz has scored so far this season. It was a spectacular one from this field. Another match here at Osceola Heritage Park also proved profitable. Amu Mensah. Good touch. Referee will play advantage, let play continue. Haruna looking for layout, brilliant dummy, comes along for Sarajan. Harvey Sarajan wide for Ryan, cuts it across. Great challenge put in by Evers. Had to get across Leao, who was there for a tap-in. If he was able to get to it, the referee, I think, is going to ask for a pause for a moment on this throw-in. Might be the location of the throw. Orlando will try this throw again. A long throw deeper. Amu Mensah. Pulls it back for Okonski. See Orlando prepping some subs themselves. We'll see what changes they make in this one. Try and alter the match. Okonski. Now Amu Mensah. Hilton making the run. Montenegro gets there first. Both players want it. It's going to be a corner here. Ryan will take this corner from the far side of the field. As Orlando prepping some subs they'll take in a moment. Ryan to the near post, pushed away. Here's Haruna. Likes that kind of range, but opts for the pass this time. Sarajan. Towards the end line, Harvey Sarajan floats it into the box. It breaks here for Okonski, and the center back on the turn. Trying to get the shot off, misses off target. Now these substitutions can come into the match. All right, Chicamso will make way here. A change in the back line that will see Titus Sandy Jr. come in. And Matthew Belgodier will come into the game as well.
Ladies and gentlemen,
set to make way
for Orlando City B in the 60th minute. Leaving the game is number 70.
For some fresh legs,
Hilton.
some fresh ideas is Eddie Wilding.
By number 66, Matthew Belgodier. Also leaving the game, number 54, Albright Chicamso Chukuma is replaced by number 36, Titus Sandy Jr.
Sandy Jr. was one of the starters last match. Him and Colin Gusky were the lone changes from that 11 against Chattanooga. Coming into this one, Gusky making way. He's on U20 international duty with the United States. But Sandy Jr. has been a consistent option at center back this season. Coming into this one, some fresh legs. You'll get a lot of the ball, you have to imagine, as Carolina will be behind it, down a man. The center backs will be very important for Orlando in developing this from the back. Okonski, that's a pass that he gives away, dives in, trying to rectify for that mistake, and I think a little too overzealous from the center back. 17-year-old will be cautioned here for a heavy challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card has been issued to OCB.
We'll see it again here. So Okonski just dove in. It's a poor challenge. He'll know that one. The center back has to walk a tightrope on a yellow card for the next half hour of this one. This portion of the match is brought to you by your Central Florida Audi dealers. Visit AudiOffers.com for exceptional offers. Evers got his touch lost a bit under him there. Mensah, space to step into. Wide for Gomez. Okonski holds off Tadevin, carrying forward, just slips his pass there, but Leao able to win it back after a loose touch. Here's Ryan. Wide for Belgodier, who's taken this left wing position since coming on for Hilton. Ryan, Leao. Poked away from his feet by Orbal, who was following the center forward. Harvey Sarajan has shuffled a little more central, maybe more of a 4-4-2 shape. That's a bad pass there by Gomez. Tadevin tries to strike from distance, off target. Look, you can't begrudge him for taking that one. Was surprised that he got it, knew that Himes was off his line, missed off target, but that's what you have to expect when you take a shot from halfway. High degree of difficulty, but could have been a very consequential moment in this game. Zipped out wide for Haruna. Good first touch. Haruna clips it along. Leao one further. Here's Matthew Belgodier. Goes back to Leao. Ryan. Mensah. Here's Ramirez. Jacob Ramirez, now Bernardo Ryan. Bounces back to him. Bernardo Ryan out of his feet. Ryan strikes towards goal, misses off target. Got under that one. He'll want that back. It was a good pocket of space to have a shot from. Just got the contact wrong. One match has gone final today so far. New England Revolution 2 on the road, winning 1-0 against FC Cincinnati 2. Austin FC 2 and LAFC 2 will round out our day. San Jose and Real Monarchs are in action as well right now. We do some Monday action as well tomorrow. Set to come for you. As always, MLS Next Pro and One Football are your destinations. Next Pro action here in 2026, MLSNextPro.com, that is. Okonski looking to go out wide. His pass a little under hit. Ramirez. Okonski. Ramirez for Haruna. Leao. Here's Belgodier. Gomez. lift one outside, the pass too central in the end there for Amu Mensah. That's the idea that Orlando will want to have, work it from left to right, right to left in quick succession. Gomez trying to carry it along that defense, but the pass for Amu Mensah asking him to make a run that just not quite positioned for. Holiday will restart play with this goal kick. They'll be happy with the first 20 minutes. They've had some opportunities. They might have another one here. Tadevin rolls it to the end line, firing it across. It broke back for Tadevin, who fired it home, but the flag was up for offside after Himes got his hands to it. Ryan slides it forward, Leao trying to turn, just stumbling at the edge of the 18. Pushed away and a push in the back there by Amu Mensah. It's a free kick for Carolina Core. Here's Holiday, free kick upfield. Amu Mensah wins the header. Leao and Orbaugh tussling, pushed away by Evers. Amu Mensah goes down. That's a foul and a free kick for Orlando City B. Gomez quickly restarts it. Haruna. Montenegro trying to get past the defender there. This one's going to spin and not take the bounce perhaps that Carolina would have wanted. Martinez boots it upfield. Ramirez. Here's Okonski. Haruna trying to slide it forward. Leao went down off the ball, saying he was pushed. This portion of the match is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. 68th minute. Orlando, who scored that late first half penalty by Pedro Leao, went up a player there as well with the red card for Jair Kaiser. Have had much more possession in the second half compared to their visitors. But they're holding strong right now. Another sub being prepped for Carolina just to try and keep the legs fresh. That will be one of the big challenges for Carolina, having to chase even down a player. Trying to lose that momentum, lose that energy. You want spaces to appear. Leao, he has a bit of space to drive into here. Leao looking to slide it along for Sarajan. Belgodier trying to stick with it. Stays with Belgodier, and it breaks in the box for Sarajan. Great challenge. Orbaugh from behind dives in. Makes a vital sliding challenge for Carolina Core after a loose ball. From a Core perspective, it fell horrifyingly to an open Harvey Sarajan. Gomez pings it out for Haruna. Issa Haruna, past one, gets the shot away, blocked. Clearance out of play for a throw for Orlando City B.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Arnaud Tadevin will come out of the match here with Mohamed Diakite to come on in his place. 6'4" midfielder on for the forward Arnaud Tadevin, who scored the first goal of the game for Carolina Core. Diakite might occupy that center forward role, but will offer a more physical presence and just some fresh legs to come onto the field. think because Tadevin took too long to come out of the match, Diakite will have to wait a minute to come into the game. So for a moment, Carolina will be down to 9. It's a timed substitution rule. More on that in a moment as Ryan at the end line fires it centrally, scraped behind. Just enough done there by Dominique Colon. They want the sub to come into the match, but because Arnaud Tadevin took longer than 10 seconds to get off the field, Mohamed Diakite has to wait a minute before he comes on. So Diakite, when he comes on, will make it, again, 10 players for Carolina. But this set piece, they have to defend with just 9. Ryan, the in-swinger. Header looped up and away. You can still see Diakite waiting to come into the match. Sarajan. Gomez back for Sarajan. Belgodier. Matthew Belgodier onto his right foot. Rolls it to the side. Okonski trying to zip a pass in, but it's cut off. Clipped forward, a foot race here. Remember, Okonski on a yellow. He'll concede this race and allow David Diaz to carry forward. Diaz onto his right foot. Diaz low strike saved by Tristan Himes. He's going to quickly get up and launch one forward here for Pedro Leao. Diakite still waiting to come into the match. Underlapping run for Belgodier. Belgodier onto his right, trying to open an angle for a shot. Slows down. Oh, just got his feet caught under it there. Still with the forward, though. Slipped into the box for Gomez. Ignacio Gomez onto his right foot. What a stop by Holiday. Claws that one out. Ramirez dives in, cleared away by Carolina. There's been some great saves today by Nick Holiday. There's Mohamed Diakite, finally let into the match. And Carolina still down a player, but it's 10 now compared to the 9 they were playing with for a few moments. Ignacio Gomez is in great form, and he thought that was 3 straight games with a goal. Scored against Miami, scored against Chattanooga, and just had a wonder stop by Nick Holiday, deny him from a goal against Carolina. Haruna, Ignacio Gomez loses out that challenge. The touch a little too heavy. Okonski go all the way back now to Tristan Himes. Here's Amu Mensah on the right wing. Amu Mensah slows down. Gomez, Haruna. Haruna looking at options. His pass a little underhit. It's launched upfield. Good clearance. Slipped into the box. The header towards goal, and Leao equalizes. Another brace for Pedro Leao. 7 on the season. They've been knocking on the door all half, and they finally make that man advantage pay. It's Orlando 2, Carolina 2. Amu Mensah onto his left foot, just clips a teasing ball in. Leao, the header, past the glove of Holiday, who's made some great stops, but couldn't get down in time for that one. A brace against Chattanooga, now a brace against Carolina Core. Carolina have defended so well in some of these moments. In that instance, though, there's some fatigue, allowing the cross into the box, and Leao one-on-one just wins that header after a great cross by Parker Amu Mensah.
In the 74th minute, assist on the goal by number 52, Parker Amu Mensah.
Haruna. for Okonski. Orlando will now think about trying to get the winner. They work it to the left-hand side. Belgodier. A drop of the shoulder. Back for Rhine. Just clips one into the box. Cologne slices that clearance. It's going to bounce out for a throw. Here's Gomez. Gomez shifted to the right wing. Haruna first touch into the box. Evers the header away. Big sliding challenge. Amu Mensah diving in there on Cologne. It's last off the Orlando fullback, and subs now can come into the game. Jacob Ramirez will come out of the contest with Nicolas Bobea-Torres to come on in his place. Caleb Trombino will also come into the match with Ignacio Gomez to come out of the contest. And then on the Carolina front, Robinson Aguirre is going to come into the match. Ricardo Montenegro, the player that makes way. All 5 subs have been made by Carolina Core. This is the group they'll try and see out this result with. A player that to choose their opportunities to try and find perhaps another winner.
And substitution for Carolina Core FC in the 76th minute. Leaving the game is number 6, Ricardo Montenegro. He's replaced by number 23, Robinson Aguirre.
Looking to go back for Haruna. Haruna held off this one. Amu Mensah can't get back to this. Good challenge by Okonski, but it spins. And Diakite lifts it upfield. Here's Sandy Jr. Confirmation of those subs, bottom of your screen. Aguirre coming into the game. 1 goal as a pro for Caleb Trombino, one of those subs a moment ago by Orlando City B. That goal came in the 95th minute. At truest point, it was a heartbreaking late winner for Orlando, on a Carolina front at least. They had come from 2 goals down to win it 3-2. Belgodier lifts it into the box. Going down there was Amu Mensah asking the question, but out for a goal kick. Visit experiencekissimmee.com and find a world of vacation fun in the big, bold heart of Florida. Our Sunday night MLS Next Pro action coming from Kissimmee, Florida at Osceola Heritage Park. Back-to-back wins at home for OCB in big, dominating fashion. 4-1 against their in-state rivals, Inter Miami 2, 4-1, then 5-2 against Chattanooga. They ran out to a 4-0 lead against Miami, conceded 1 late to not have a shutout there against Chattanooga. They had a lead in the first half, but then conceded 2 goals from Alex Krell and Luke Husakiewski. Went into halftime down 2-1, same score they had today. They came back on that instance, trying to do the same here. Breaks, edge of the box. The strike blocked. It was Bobea-Torres trying to get it off. Now Belgodier. Belgodier through a crowd, and Nick Holliday stops it again. Tally them up. Some great stops from the Carolina goalkeeper, looking for Bobea-Torres. He can't get to this one. And this one goes last off of Orlando, it appears. But Belgodier gets the shot away. It's central. You expect Holliday to stop it. But I think you would credit him for where he placed that. Not spilling it in front of him, pushing it wide. He has kept Carolina in this match. A number of really good saves. He launches a goal kick upfield. Into the 80th minute, 11 minutes plus stoppage time left. Imagine Carolina wouldn't mind a shootout, all things considered, with the hard stroke of luck that went against them with that red card and penalty at the end of the first half. how challenging 2026 has been for them. Getting points on the road, you never want to look down on that, especially considering the condition they could come in. But they'll have to face what you have to imagine will be a long wave of purple pressure. Belgodere. Trombino to the side. Okonski. Here goes Haruna. Wide for Amu Mensah. Fires across in. Holiday cleans it up. Well dealt with there by the core goalkeeper. Goes along with this. Okonski gets his head to it. It's brought down. Trying to dance through a few, and it is a foul going against Orlando City B. Great work by Antonio Pineda. Goal and an assist for Pineda. And you will see the numbers go forward here. Carolina, they have been under pressure for almost this entire half. They'll launch some numbers forward. And what can they try and do with this set piece? Carolina will pile their numbers in the box. Free kick floated in too strong over everybody's head. That'll be disappointing set piece delivery, all things considered, for the core. Here's Haruna. Belgodere driving centrally onto his right foot, fires it in. What a finish from Matthew Belgodere. Off the bench and completes the comeback for Orlando City B. What a way to get your first professional goal. Some hit from Matthew Belgodere. Picks out that top right corner. And has it happened again? Have Orlando come from 2 down against Carolina to secure a 3-2 win. A little bit more time to play here than in that March meeting in Carolina. But up a man, now up a goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
19-year-old Matthew Belgodere.
Goal scored by number 66, Matthew Belgodere, in the 83rd minute.
There's a bit of a pull of the back there. Matthew Belgodere, may have said 19 a moment ago, but a Puerto Rican U17 international. Currently the match winner, but Carolina, they had a set piece a moment ago. The delivery left something to be delivered. What can Robinson Aguirre do with this one to try and draw Carolina back into this game? Aguirre to the back post, the header out of play. The service there, again, not the best from Carolina. You wonder now what the tactic is for Orlando City B. They've got the goal they needed. They're winning this game. Another comeback effort. It's now all 3 games between these teams in 2026 where a team has given up a 2-goal lead. It was Carolina at truest point, up 2-0, lost 3-2. It was Orlando here when these teams last met. Orlando up by 2, match finished in a 2-all draw. OCB won the shootout in the end after it, 6-5, but lost that 3rd point. And in this instance, it's Carolina Core who are slated to be the latest side to drop points after being up by 2. It's a weird trend that's emerged, but it's Pineda who wins it high up the field. Good challenge by Sandy Jr. Out of play for a corner, but Carolina trying to ask some late questions. Can they get a point back or more? Corey Lundeen, 2 assists this season. Over to take it. Lundeen, outswinger. That one not too far away. It was on the heads of Aguirre and Orbaugh. The header ended up creeping wide, but able to hit somebody in the 18-yard box. If they can get another set-piece chance or 2, maybe Carolina could ask something of this OCB defense. Diakite, Colon. Pass out of play for a throw here for Orlando. Impossible to overstate how important that late first half decision was. Kaiser and Haruna coming together. There was just a bit of pushing and shoving. In the end, the assistant on the near side of the field spotting what they deemed to be violent conduct by Jair Kaiser on Issa Haruna. A red card for Kaiser and a penalty for Orlando at a moment that Carolina were set to go into halftime up 2-0. They concede that penalty, lose a player for the rest of the match. It's scored by Pedro Leao. He scores the equalizer on a header, and Matthew Belgodier on a brilliant finish has made it 3-2 Orlando City B. Here is Belgodier again in the 88th minute. Bobea Torres, it's left. Trombino, Amu Mensah. Rolled forward. Carolina floats a ball across the pitch. Himes gets there. Shows good strength. That's one that will not be pleasant for either participant, David Diaz and Tristan Himes. Diaz running into the 6'7" Tristan Himes. And Himes does a bit of a hard fall after colliding with Diaz. Right to the final minute of the 90. We might get a few minutes of stoppage time. We've seen 2 goals for Orlando. Some time wasting throughout from Carolina, and now Orlando's turn to time waste. So we'll see what the referees opt for in terms of additional time. Issa Haruna was down for a moment. He's hobbled. He's trying to continue here, but you can see him majorly impacted there as Carolina drive up the field. Haruna trying to just run it off here, bumped off it by Diakite. Out wide to the left wing. 4 minutes of additional time at the end of the 90. Holiday looking to go upfield with this one. Cologne nods a header centrally. Amu Mensah has to do a no-nonsense clearance out for a throw. Carolina take it quickly. Here's Diaz. Past one. Good challenge, Okonski. Had to pull out of that one. He's on a yellow card. That was actually not Okonski, that was Trombino rather. The Trombino with the challenge. Trying to slide it into the box, unable to do so. There's Lundin with the pass there. Now Nelson Martinez. Intercepted. Belgodier, Leao trying to slide it out wide. It's blocked. A throw here for Orlando. There'll be no major rush to take this one. Carolina will probably have to just commit numbers forward in the press, try and cause something to happen. Might have to risk conceding a fourth with the possibility of maybe pulling one back. Bernardo Ryan the throw. That's a poor one. Turned right back over to Martinez and Carolina. Martinez. Trying to keep this one going. Martinez. Ball runs out of play. Offside, actually, was the verdict. We're halfway through the stoppage time. Orlando close to completing the comeback. Touch from Belgodier, a little loose. Here's Lundin. Time for Carolina. Can they try and roll the dice one more time? Amu Mensah wins that header. It spins. Trombino gets to it first. Okonski will launch it upfield. Sarajan trying to hold this one up, brings it out of the sky. Diakite past one. Well won by the midfielder. Diakite out to the left-hand side. Numbers forward for Carolina. Haruna seals off one. Sarajan the same. No-nonsense clearance there. Out for a throw for Carolina. Bobea Torres, the one who pumps it out of play. Diakite tosses it in for Cologne. Looking to shift the point of attack. No one there to get under it here as Ryan can launch it upfield. Orbaugh and Leao will chase after it. And Orbaugh sees it out for a throw. Slipped between the lines. Ryan, great sliding challenge. Able to cut off that opportunity. He carries it away from danger as well, Bernardo Ryan. A push in the back. He'll tumble over here. Advantage played as Issa Haruna. He's also pushed over to the ground. And a free kick for Orlando City B. They've seen out the 4 minutes. Might not have much more on top of that. First it was Ryan pushed from behind, then Haruna. Maybe just frustration from Dominique Cologne. Just pushing over Issa Haruna. There won't be too many numbers committed forward for this one for Orlando. They won't stretch themselves here. They're in the final moments of another come from behind win. Leao might just have a go here. We saw him try a free kick from almost this exact spot earlier on in the half. more prudently. Just slides it to the side. Poked away from Sirajin. It's the final action. Another come from behind victory for Orlando City B against Carolina Core. 2 in the first half from Arnaud Tadevin, and Antonio Pineda canceled out a late red card in the first half for Jair Kaiser. Leao scored the first of his 2 from the spot in the 5th minute of additional time in the first half. 74th minute header, and then a Matthew Belgodier banger makes it Orlando City 3, Carolina Core 2. We can look now at our man of the match presented by Adidas. Matthew Belgodier coming on in the second half. Gets this one onto his preferred right foot, darts centrally, and picks out the top corner. Brilliant finish from Matthew Belgodier, his first as a pro, and it's a match winner. All 3 points go the way of Orlando City B. They'll be on the road in their next match against Huntsville City. Carolina Core on the road again in Florida against Inter Miami 2 when they next take the field. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Jack Edwards. Our final score, Orlando 3, Carolina Core 2. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.